Shut it down, baby, shut it down. 100, shut it down, it's a miss.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche Enavia, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around. And great. When you're facing the front of a back-to-back, how much does that affect you as a player?
Before and after the game, for sure, it's on your mind. But once the whistle blows, you have to live in the moment. You can bet the coaches are very aware of it.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Edwards is out there with Jones. Then it's Thompson. Then there's Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's Marshall in at the small forward position.
Boy, you don't see it often, but Klay Thompson letting you know he can finish emphatically.
Here's Payne. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Thompson surveying the floor. Down low, stolen by Anunoby. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Anunoby.
Well, just tremendous persistence from Karl Anthony Towns. Even under duress, the ability to stay focused.
Now, here's Marshall. He's guarded by Anunoby. And the rejection by Towns. Dinwiddie's shot is off. Knicks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Hart the pass to Towns. Puts it up from 12, and he drops that one in.
Boy, you have to like the vision from Karl Anthony Towns. He's got the kind of size necessary to see over the defense.
Pass to Marshall. Dinwiddie sets the screen for Marshall. Good on the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Payne passes to Towns. And the dunk by Towns.
I call that moving with intent and purpose. The big-time finish by Karl Anthony.
And Marshall kicks to Thompson. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Jones. And the rejection by Towns. Bridges attacking. Hart, no good.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
Marshall passes to Edwards. Left side, Jones. Back to Edwards. Jones with the screen on Anunoby. He had a nice open look right there. Marshall's got his second bucket of the night.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Bridges passes to Towns. Over Jones. And it's Towns missing. Last game for the Mavericks, they picked up the W against the Nets in Brooklyn. We know, Doris, that Towns might already be one of the best shooting bigs ever.
Well, Kevin, he flat stated and called himself the best shooting big of all time. He has an argument because not only has he shot the ball incredibly well from deep, even as his volume has gone up, his efficiency stays the same. This is a gifted offensive post player.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Some changes here for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Edwards. Christie subbed in for Najee Marshall. Here's Thompson. Dallas, no good that time either.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Payne looking around. Here's Towns, and the dunk by Towns.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Jones with the screen on Hart. Williams' shot is off. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for New York. Hart with the screen for Bridges. Connects from three-point range.
Well, you know Mikal was thinking free as soon as he got free. That's a nice delivery.
Outside Williams. Lets the three fly. Dallas, no good that time either.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
Bridges, no one around him. And again, New York with the triple.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
On the wing, Thompson. Outside Williams. And Jones now atop the key. Shot clock at 6. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team, and it's not just because they're winning, it's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
And that one falls for Jones. Good on both. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
They never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Shoots over Payne, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
There's a creativity to the game of Spencer Dinwiddie, just breaking the defense down.
Here's Towns. Buries it from about 10 feet away. Towns has got 8. Mavericks trail by 4. And while we've got a moment, I'd send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Coach said how much he admires Klay Thompson, saying that guy is a champion. Coming back from 2 years away, Thompson's still one of the best two-way guards in the league. Nothing but respect for Klay. There's zero argument here. Thompson surely a future Hall of Famer. Guys?
Thanks, David. Dallas making a switch here. Hardy's checked in. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out west. Take a look at the Mavericks. They would be at the golf course if the playoffs happened today, looking to make a final push.
You know, right now, Dallas, they haven't had the great season that some were expecting, but it hasn't been a disaster. They just need a few things to go right for them down the stretch.
It's an amazing thing. If you can get a couple of wins, generate some momentum, you've got to believe they'll be just fine.
Three-pointer right. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1. Mavericks trail by 4. Hardy passes to Dinwiddie. Jones with the screen on right. Dinwiddie for 3. Up and in. Off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
Well, he has proven that you've got to respect the long-range ability of Spencer Dinwiddie. Nice.
And plenty of contact on the shot. So, 2 free throws coming up.
Clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line.
And this season, he's maintained very good form at the line, shooting at about an 83% clip.
2 shots.
That free throw good from Shamet. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
Watson, the pass to Achua. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Najee Marshall comes in for Williams.
Substitution on the court.
And so here is New York. It's a three-point game. From outside the arc, it's good from long range.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
Hardy passes to Christie.
New York foul. Watson. First personal foul.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Pass to Marshall. 5 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. Let's see some of the numbers here for Spencer Dinwiddie.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
Anunoby passes to Achua. Shamet on the wing. The 3. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 6. Here's Christie. Still yet to score. Pass to Hardy. That one's in, his first shot this game.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again.
Here's Achua. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Knicks lead by 7.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Powell with a screen on Anunoby. Lobbed up there for Powell. Shamet with the steal. Pass to Achua. And here is Shamet. Takes a 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep. And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Knicks.
Right off the bat, they're going after the ball, looking to jump into the passing lanes and create some steals in transition.
Yeah, they've also been alert and active on the defensive end, creating turnovers and turning those into points on the offensive end.
The Knicks leading by 10. Here's Anunoby. Hits the jump hook.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Knicks lead 29.
Now here's Hardy. 11 points last game. And that's good for 2. 1:36 left to play in the first quarter. And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Here they are, your Knicks and basketball. Now on the court is your Knicks squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Right now, the live section is getting t-shirts. Get on your feet.
making a change. White's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Williams, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Here's Wright. Still scoreless. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Williams with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Going right to the rim, which is where you want transition opportunities to end.
Shamet, Powell with the steal. Pass to Christie. To the inside.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Third team foul.
Here's Hardy. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
Outstanding timing from Powell. Rises up for the forceful alley-oop.
Pass to Achua. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Foul charged to Dwight Powell. That's his first personal. Third team foul. Precious Achua at the line.
That one misses for Achua.
Well, Precious Achua, a guy who I think has a high upside. The reason I say that, he runs the floor. He's got tremendous athleticism. He's able to fit in around great players. He just needs to continue to work on his game. Well, I'm telling you, this guy is doing everything he can to get them where they want to be. He's been on a mission in this period.
Now Watson. Over Marshall. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so the first quarter is in the books. New York ahead, leading by 5. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
As a coach, I think you get a certain feel for what your team needs. And credit this guy for not waiting around. He went ahead and made the adjustment.
Mavericks trail by 5. We've got Mikal Bridges. Anunoby out there with Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Payne at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Towns sets the pick for Payne. That one goes in.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender. But the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way.
That's good from Payne. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for Dallas. Trailing here by 8. Powell with a screen on Hart. Marshall can't hit. New York's gone 5 of 9 when they put up a 3-point shot tonight. Dinwiddie against Bridges. And that one drops for him. Bridges has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Such a smart offensive player. Mikal Bridges assertive and focused when he gets this close.
Powell with a screen on Anunoby. Christie can't make it. New York leading by 10. Hart the pass to Payne. Bridges outside. Towns dishes to Bridges. Here he goes. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
Ooh, how about that drive from Mikal Bridges? Draw the contact, young sir.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. Doris, when you think of Mikal Bridges, what comes to mind?
The fact that he is available almost every single night, that you can count on him to bring great defensive intensity. He's become a legitimate threat from three-point territory, and now all of a sudden he's adding some ball skills. Mikal Bridges gets better every single year.
Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
On the wing, Dinwiddie. And they pick up 2. Dinwiddie's got it back down to single digits for the Mavs.
Well, just tremendous body control by Spencer Dinwiddie, able to adjust to the defender's contact.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and P.J. Washington. Coach Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, has great hands. DJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time. And Jason Kidd has called timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Some numbers for Marshall. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. He's around 18 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. All around brilliance for him lately. And guys, he's really taken his play to another level.
Don't you get the sense that the confidence is building game by game, and he's starting to put up the numbers that back it up?
Screen by Jones. Christie offline with his 3.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Towns kicks to Payne. Towns sets the pick for Payne. Off target from outside.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Out to the wing. Jones in the post. Defended by Hart. 6 to shoot. On its way from Dinwiddie for 2. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Here's Towns. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in. Towns has got 10 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Jones sets the pick for Dinwiddie. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Now you see the agility, the footwork, the guile that Spencer Dinwiddie brings to the table. Make that shot and draw the contact.
Dallas making a switch here. Edwards is checked in. The free throw drops for Dinwiddie.
One thing you have to love about Spencer Dinwiddie is his confidence. Here's a guy who knows he belongs, and he's proving it with his play night after night.
Such a wide open look. He's got 13.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Anunoby, no good. Mavericks trail by 12. Dinwiddie outside. Marshall sets a screen for Dinwiddie. Drills the three-pointer. Dinwiddie's got 8 points in the quarter.
You can see he's starting to find his comfort zone, and there's a rhythm about what Spencer Dinwiddie's doing right now.
Out to Bridges. Good, and the assist goes to Town. Bridges has got the lead up to 12 now for the Knicks.
That's his first triple of the second period, third of the game.
There's a good screen. Dinwiddie finds Edwards. Jones with the screen on Anunoby. He gets it in there. Marshall's got 13.
I'll tell you, what a night. He has been efficient. He's been strong. Unfortunately, they're still fighting an uphill battle.
And the timeout called here by Tom Thibodeau. Looking for a breather and maybe just one or two things to talk about. He's checked in for Dallas. With 10 games left, let's see how the playoff race is shaping up out east. You look at the Knicks. Right now, they're locked into third place in the conference, looking to get a high seed for the playoffs.
Well, I think for New York, with the regular season they've enjoyed, it has to be wondered at this point if they're the team to beat this postseason.
Pass to Towns. Towns is doubled. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Towns. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Thursday, they'll go up against the Magic in Orlando. And then on Saturday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago.
And that game against Brooklyn, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Up top, Edwards, defended by Hart. Left side, Jones. And the rejection by Towns. When these players get to the free throw line, it's nearly automatic. The 2K leaderboards show us this month's free throw shooting percentage leaders. Dinwiddie on top.
And during that time, guys, he's been an absolute dead-eye shooter from the free throw line. His concentration just never wavers.
Achua, he's checked in for the Knicks. Towns against Jones. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
Well, you love watching Karl Anthony Towns play, guys, because this is an offensively gifted big man. Can shoot with range. You can put him in the post, let him work back to the basket. He can put the ball on the floor. A lot to love on the offensive end.
There's a screen by Achua. Here's Kolek, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot two here. It goes on Spencer Dinwiddie.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
For New York, they have shot 5 of 8 from the foul line.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
first free throw is good. Doris, why is there so much parity around the NBA now?
Yeah, Kevin, I think the new salary cap rules have certainly contributed to what we're seeing in terms of that parity. Super teams are more difficult to assemble. The talent is more evenly spread. And obviously, it has made for a greater level of competition. What could be better?
Pass to Christie. And Thompson kicks to Edwards. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
Now, even with that shoot-first mindset, Klay Thompson willing and able to make a great pass.
Outside, Towns. New York, no good that time either. Mavericks trail by 11. Pass to Christie. Launches it. It's rebounded by Towns. Towns has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Shamet the pass to Achua. Shoots from the baseline. Chalk up 2 there. Achua's got 7.
But you can see Achua wants to expand his game. Taking and making these mid-range is exactly what he's looking for.
Jones up top. Defended by Towns. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Mavericks shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
Kessler Edwards at the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Hardy, he's checked in for Spencer Dinwiddie. That one misses. New York leading by 12. Here's Anunoby. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And with each passing season, DB, OG Anunoby seems to keep getting more and more versatile.
You are exactly right, Kevin. What we know unequivocally is this is one of the best cross-positional defenders in the league. One of those guys that's truly capable of guarding 1 to 5. But his willingness to be a 3-point threat, an offensive rebound, and put it on the deck is exactly what you're talking about.
And he makes the first. One of the best 3 and D wings in the league. Well, let's start with OG Anunoby, who excels from the corner.
And Kevin, about 45% on quarter threes the last couple seasons. So OG can space that floor horizontally. That's in addition to his elite defensive ability.
Williams, he's checked in for Dallas.
What you love about OG Anunoby, this guy widely regarded as one of the league's top defenders, guys, but he's starting to become a more consistent scorer now as his career has gone on.
The shot by Thompson, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Pass to Towns. Stolen by Jones. Thompson with it. His last outing with 20 points. Edwards with it. On the wing, Williams. Back to Edwards. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Edwards got 7 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their 3-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Here's Golick, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
All the officials are all over that one.
For New York, they have been shooting right around 75% at the line, 9 of 12 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Mikal Bridges checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. And so he makes both from the line. And so it's Williams who brings it up for Dallas. It's a 13-point game. Pass to Powell. Edwards dishes to Thompson. Williams kicks to Edwards. Thompson for the triple. Another three for Dallas.
Yeah, that's 2 straight three-pointers they've allowed.
Here's Kolek. He's guarded by Williams. And that one's good. Shamet. He's got 8.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Mikal Bridges. Putting up about 18 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Thompson.
Well, they're playing with fire, putting Mikal Bridges on the free throw line. This guy's so comfortable at the charity stripe.
Shooting 2.
First free throw is good.
This guy is such a high-effort player. Mikal Bridges does everything he can to make sure he's the hardest-working guy out there.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
The screen from Thompson. Right side, Williams. Launches from deep. It's rebounded by New York. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
Pass to Kolek. New York moving it around. With the tip, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Achua's got 11.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tipper.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? The shot by Thompson, no good. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Kolek. And here is Shamet. Trying to find Achua and gets it to him. Bridges against Thompson. Thompson with the rebound. From deep, Williams. Mikal Bridges has been the guy making things happen for the New York Knicks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks a lot. Here with Tom Thibodeau. Coach, what has gone well for your team in the first half?
Started making plays, play unselfishly, force the defense to shift, attack, get downhill, then make a play.
Your guys followed the instructions to the letter. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
At home, this team is pretty stout. Looking at this upcoming stretch, they're probably licking their chops.
Well, we're talking pork chops, or lamb chops, or what kind of chops are we talking?
Or chops could mean acumen, being great at what you do. Kind of like you two mutton chops. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the New York Knicks.
Big difference. They're getting to the line. Lots of their points come from free throws. Now, you always love to put the other team in foul trouble.
It's just been a mismatch so far. We'll see if that keeps up. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Mikal Bridges.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. They've got Jones, Spencer Dinwiddie out there with Thompson. Then there's Edwards, and it's Marshall in at the 3, the small forward.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
No, I think that's the one thing every player is searching for. Consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Dinwiddie passes to Marshall. Shoots over Anunoby. Marshall can't hit.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
This is where OG Anunoby is going to grow. That offensive game will expand to the mid-range.
And here's Marshall from the arc. Rebounded by Hart.
Towns bullying his way to that second chance look. Nicely done.
Dinwiddie kicks to Jones. Screen by Jones. Here's Marshall, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Najee Marshall at the line. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. Marshall hits them both. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Bridges outside. A floater, and Thompson sends it back.
Klay Thompson is elite on the defensive end. He's got length, smarts, quickness, you name it.
Marshall deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Marshall's got 20 points. Towns a screen on Dinwiddie. And the layup falls.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Shamet's checked in for New York. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard. These teams have been terrific at turning turnovers into points. Number 5, the Knicks.
They've shown a tremendous ability to cash in on their opponent's mistakes, creating offense with their defense.
It's Edwards on the wing. Defended by Hart. From deep. Marshall gets the bucket. Marshall's got 10 points in just the second half.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
Towns finds Shamet. Back to Towns from downtown. Field goal number 9. He's 9 of 12 with that basket.
Well, Cat answers with his own 3, and he says, I told you I'm the best shooting big man in history.
For 3, Edwards. It's rebounded by New York.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Hard against Edwards. Towns, the pass to Shamet. 4 on the clock. Marshall with the steal. Thompson outside. The tray, and he's good on the 3 ball. Thompson's got his 3rd basket of the night.
I don't think there's any such thing as too deep a shot for Klay Thompson. His range extends way beyond that stripe.
Towns for 3, and the Knicks hit again from deep.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Dinwiddie sets the screen for Marshall. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. To the paint. Hart kicks to Towns. From past the arc. It's hauled in by Edwards. Edwards got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Takes the 3. Dinwiddie's shot is off. The Knicks leading by 20. Here's Shamet. Plays it up and banks it in. Shamet's got 10.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead. Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
The answers, everyone. Get loud for it.
So both teams making some changes here. Here's Kolek. He's got 7. Pass to Achua. To the right side. Towns wide open. And the Knicks miss again. Marshall passes to Dinwiddie. Lets the 3 fly. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. The Knicks leading by 19. Pass to Kolek. Drives to the hoop. And he banks in the layup. Kolek has got 9.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Anunoby against Christie. Pocket 6, Williams, and he hits the jump shot.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Towns for 3. Here's Achua. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 13.
Now there's an infectious energy to how Precious Achua plays. So tough keeping him off the offensive glass.
And now the Knicks on the break. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
To the middle, Towns with the steal. Here's Kolek. 9 points in the game so far. Outside, Towns. Drills it from outside. Towns has got 13 points in just this quarter. Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for New York.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
I think it's also important we have to acknowledge how many scoring opportunities they've created from their spectacular defense, getting a bunch of points off turnovers.
Inside, Towns with the steal. Pass to Kolek. Anunoby outside. Here's Kolek, defended by Christie. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
First team foul. Kolek at the line, 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and the Knicks making a change here. Hart's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Jones, and it's Hardy in for Spencer Dinwiddie. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Mavericks have gotten half their shots to drop in the second half, up to this point going 7 of 14.
It's all about the defense right there. Without that level of activity, he probably scores it.
Pass to Achua. Hart with it. There's the steal. Down low, here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
You have got to commend Powell on his positioning. I tell you, he buries himself deep, and he's going to sky for that slam dunk.
Here's Towns, and the basket good. A bank shot that time. Towns has got 30 points.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Powell with a screen on Hart. The shot's good from Christie. New York leading by 22. Pass to Hart. Towns for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Now here's Hardy. From outside, off the mark. 1:05 left here in the third quarter. Here's Hart. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
So confident in the painted area. Josh Hart understands how to score inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And to this point on the season, guys, 80% from the line. He's done a really good job.
The Knicks making a switch here. Payne's checked in, and Dallas with a change here too. Thompson, he's checked in for Christie.
Now the intensity, the toughness, the absolute ability to play bigger than your size, that is Josh Hart.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Hands it from downtown. Hart's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now Josh Hart starting to show people, I can knock down a three-point shot. You better guard me.
Thompson outside. Lets it go from deep. And that one's good. Hardy.
Three-point go.
Hardy's got 7.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. New York ahead, just dominating this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. Now let's hear what Coach Tom Thibodeau was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Right back, man. Let's go score, stop, score here. Everyone talk defensively. Get stops and then let's go. Let's go. Make the game easy.
And defense obviously so important to Coach Thibodeau.
I mean, he wants his team to get stops and leak out fast. Fundamental basketball.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. Then it's Payne. Then there's Towns. And it's Kolek in at the shooting guard. That's the 5 for New York right now. Powell sets a screen for Dinwiddie. No good on the triple.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Towns. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
And he knocks down the first one.
Spencer Dinwiddie, one of those players that seems to have improved with every passing season. And his numbers back that up. This guy just keeps getting better.
And both free throws good for Dinwiddie. And so it's Hart who brings up the ball for the Knicks. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Boy, that's a backbreaker. Takes it right into the rim and extends their lead.
You want to make sure your opponent knows they have absolutely 0 chance of a comeback, and nice finish by him.
Anunoby, he's checked in for New York. The Mavericks also with a sub. Jones is checked in. Free throw good. Hart, the ultimate glue player. Josh Hart. Doris, he plays way bigger than his listed 6'4" height.
I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin. This is the best rebounding guard I've ever seen in my career covering the NBA. Let's remember he won a national title in college. He's willing to do absolutely anything to help his team win. You want this guy on your side.
They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum.
Beautiful defense from Powell. Uses that impressive length to come away with that rejection.
For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Yep, that one goes.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket coming off a brick pass.
Powell with a screen on Anunoby. Here's Marshall. Shot clock at 6. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the result. The defense is far too slow to close out on those three-point attempts.
And here's Marshall from the arc. Good on the three-point shot. Marshall's got 29.
And until he cools off, I'd keep the ball in his hand.
And they call an illegal screen here.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Hits it from three-point range.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the shot goes in. Towns has got 32 points.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
There's Williams with the three. Knicks with the rebound. Anunoby's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bridges finds Anunoby. Here's Towns. Banked in off the glass. He's got 34.
Boy, this guy has been on a mission. Karl Anthony Towns will not be denied on the offensive end of the floor.
Dinwiddie dishes to Marshall. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That one goes on Anunoby. You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot, without some level of grit and mental toughness. And what does that mean? How does that manifest itself? It means handling adversity. It means overcoming a key injury. There's a toughness required to be amongst the smartest, most resilient players or teams in the NBA.
Hardy, he's checked in for Jones.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Pass to Anunoby. Hart kicks to Towns. Bridges outside. His three-pointers off the mark. Dallas has gone 2 of 5 on three-point shots since the end of the third quarter. Dinwiddie passes to Christie. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
Christie.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And the league clearly focused on making regular season games matter. Right? You think more steps are coming?
Well, let's give the league credit because they've left no stone unturned. The play-in, the in-season tournament, the 65 games rule, all implemented with that in mind.
I'll tell you this, nice play by Towns. This guy can get it done. Back to the basket or facing up, doesn't matter.
Shot from free throw range. It's hauled in by Karl Anthony Towns. Anunoby in the corner. Out to Payne. Some nice passing by New York here. Towns, a screen on Williams. Bridges attacking.
You know, there was a time where Mikal Bridges was considered a 3-and-D guy. That time has passed. He's proven he can put it on the deck. He can run pick and roll. His game is expanding.
At the line, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Of course, we're in the world now of super agencies, which consolidate player representation. What do you think?
Kev, I think obviously it gives some more power to the players because of the bargaining leverage. But for player movement, does it give more power to the big market teams? We're going to have to watch this unfold.
Pass to Hart. Anunoby with the screen for Hart. New York, no good that time either.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
To the wing on the left. For 3, Marshall. Knicks with the rebound. And here's Payne. Shoots over Dinwiddie. Rebound by Marshall. Marshall's got his 8th rebound here tonight.
Well, this has not been his finest hour, but give your teammates some credit for doing the job of stepping in.
Anunoby outside. Towns, the pass to Bridges. Pulls it up. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Bridges has got 22.
The longer his career grows, the more you see Mikal Bridges put together these scoring outbursts.
Here's Christie. Over Bridges. It's in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
I'll tell you, tough first half puts it in the rear view. The shooting percentage starting to reflect that.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. You a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
He's off on the first. And the second free throw, good. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Mavericks. Pass to Hardy. Christie kicks to Williams. It's blocked.
Such a fantastic competitive defender. Josh Hart, send it back.
Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Five on the clock. Here's Christie. It's rebounded by New York. Anunoby's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Payne. From past the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
Puts one in the eye of the defense. First triple of the evening.
Dinwiddie passes to Hardy.
94.
Now here's Marshall. Defense right on him. Here's Christie. And right away they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Christie's got 18 points now here in the second half. Hart wide open. He fires. And another 3 for New York.
You've got to have a short memory. Put a poor first half in your rear view and now make an impact.
Here's Christie. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Greg, we see the NBA fining players for certain actions or statements.
Multiple offenders are always going to be under the microscope, Kevin. Sometimes they end up playing into those expectations, so those punishments can appear a bit skewed.
He misses the free throw. And he's good on the second. New York's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Here's Hart. And again, New York with the triple.
That's just Josh Hart getting to his spot, being shot ready. Nicely done.
Pass to Hardy. And here is Marshall with the drive. Williams trying to break free. It's rebounded by Anunoby. Anunoby's got 7 rebounds in the game. Payne dishes to Towns. New York moving it around. Towns sets the pick for Bridges. And the 3 off target. Mavericks shooting 40% in the fourth. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Now, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Thompson's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. New York's gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. Payne with the bounce pass. Here's Towns, and that one is good. Towns has got 38 points.
Well, Karl Anthony Towns will mix his spots as a scorer, that time doing work inside.
And Thompson kicks to Marshall. Pass to Williams. Now here's Thompson. Marshall sets a screen for Thompson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 3. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Payne's shot is good. Payne's got 5 points now this quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for New York.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Karl Anthony Towns.
What you love about his performance is that he is simply taking what the defense allows and then making the most of his opportunities.
Bridges misses. And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Powell, the pass to Edwards. Powell with a screen on Anunoby. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Towns down low. Powell's there for 3. Bridges buries the long-range jumper.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
Powell sends a screen for Marshall. Good on the triple. So no problem for New York as they get the win. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline for our player of the game. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. With Karl